What if the reason some people can completely transform their lives isn't luck, and it's not because they're like something special? What if it's simply because they changed how their brain filtered reality, how their nervous system responded to life, and how they subconsciously just identified as themselves? Because over the last few years, science has actually started discovering something fascinating. Your brain and that sexy body of yours is not fixed, babe. Your identity is not fixed. And the version of reality you repeatedly, emotionally rehearse may begin influencing life you just continuously moving towards. You're moving towards. See, in this video, I want to connect all the dots. I'm going to be like between neuroscience, neuroplasticity, meditation, visualization, nervous system regulation, and my favorite book, Reality Transurfing. I want to connect these dots in a way that may completely change how you see manifestation and personal transformation. And stay with me, my beautiful friends, because I also want to share what personally started happening in my own life when I began meditating and turned in and looked at my internal beliefs and state and what I was identifying as. Because honestly, that is literally when everything started shifting for me. But first and foremost, if you are new here, hi, welcome. My name is Leanne, and welcome to my channel, Rise and Elevate, where I just talk about universal principles and how I've been able to utilize them to create a pretty amazing, beautiful life for myself. And this video means a lot to me because meditation is very key, and so is knowing what your core beliefs are if you want to make a drastic change. Because one of the biggest things that I realize is that most people are trying to change their lives externally without ever changing the internal identity. And that internal identity is what keeps recreating those same patterns. Science starts to get really interesting because for a long time, and still a lot of people, they dismiss meditation. They think it's weird, or visualization, these affirmations. A lot of people still call me like, oh, she's delusional or woo-woo, but things have been working out for me. But for real, neuroscience actually supports several aspects of these practices. Science now shows something called neuroplasticity exists, which you're like, okay, Liam, what does that mean? It means your brain, babe, has the ability to reorganize itself and form new neural pathways over time. Meaning the thoughts, the emotions, the beliefs, and those patterns that you just repeatedly rehearse can literally strengthen certain pathways in your brain. Now, does this mean if you meditate once, like you're going to have like a magical like castle and Ferrari in the driveway? No, it doesn't work that overnight. But what it does suggest and work and do is that your internal state, like your internal thoughts and feelings and emotions, influence your perception, your emotions, your confidence, focus, resilience, and ultimately, honey, the direction that your life begins moving towards. And honestly, this is like, it's what reality transurfing talks about and teaches. It basically says you are not creating reality from nothing. You're tuning yourself to different versions of reality through your identity, your emotional state, focus, beliefs are huge, and that energetic alignment, that energy that you're just like emitting out all the time. It's almost like, think of yourself as like a radio frequency, okay? Now, scientifically, we can't prove that there's parallel realities of you going on, like just changing the dial. But psychologically, there is evidence that your brain filters reality based on conditioning, your expectations, your emotional like familiarity, and your attention. That's why two people can walk through the same exact world, attend the same party or gala, and have two completely different experiences. Why? Because their nervous systems are tuned differently. We're all nervous systems. We're all tuned differently. One person can see possibility and another will see danger. One friend notices opportunity and the other friend may see rejection. And over time, those internal filters shape behavior. This is also why visualization is so powerful. Studies have shown that mental rehearsal can activate similar neural pathways as physical performance. That's why Olympian athletes and professionals, like they'll literally rehearse and see the ball going in the net. So they visualize a success before it actually is physical. Because eventually, what once felt unfamiliar or unattainable just starts to feel normal when you visualize it and see it. And this is huge because your nervous system prioritizes familiarity over happiness, which means even if you want success, love, confidence, money, abundance, visibility, peace, all that, you could want it all consciously. And your nervous system may resist it if it doesn't emotionally feel safe or normal to you. And this is why a lot of people, you find them self-sabotaging. It's not because they consciously want to fail or repeat those same old unhealthy patterns. It's because their body is trying to return to what feels familiar. It's like that cozy spot, right? And honestly, this is where meditation started changing in my life personally. Because before I started regulating my nervous system, I lived in this constant internal stress. I was always overthinking, living in fear, basically like fight or flight mode, emotionally just reacting to life. And what meditation slowly started doing was creating space between me and my automatic patterns. See, I was able to create that space. And when we create space, I was becoming aware of my thoughts, my emotional triggers, my reactions, my whole self-concept. And over time, I noticed something wild. My external life just started changing too. I was responding differently. I was able to notice more opportunities, different opportunities. I stopped emotionally identifying with that Leanne that was struggling and broke from upstate New York. I became calmer, more intentional, and more confident. And once I did that, my reality started reflecting the version of me instead of the old one. And like very quickly within all of that, I was promoted within my company, moved to South Florida, bought a home very close to the beach, excelled in my career. I'll never forget, everyone told me, oh my gosh, whatever you do, don't take the Miami territorial. It's never worked out. I'd hate for you to go there and lose it all. But no, I had the mindset. I was grounded. I was regulated. I had those goals. And I put those goals and I didn't keep them as goals. It's great to have goals, but don't stay in the wanting of the goals. I had them, and that's where you have to truly believe. This is where a lot of people misunderstand manifestation, because the real shift isn't sitting in a room repeating affirmations 500 times, pretending to be rich, or just having these goals. It's you internally identifying and taking on that change enough that your actions, emotions, decisions, and expectations naturally just to begin to change too. And over time, that change trajectories, that changes relationships, it changes businesses, it changes your health, your confidence, it changes lives. So, whether you call it neuroplasticity, subconscious reprogramming, nervous system regulation, identity shifting, or reality transurfing, I don't care, whatever suits your fancy, one thing is becoming very clear. Your inner world, what's going on in here, influences your outer experience. And the moment you truly realize that, I promise you, my sweet, gorgeous friend, everything starts to shift. You have to remember, I say this all the time. I heard it all the time too, and I'm like, okay, I get it. But hey, sometimes things sit with us, sometimes they don't sit with us. Sometimes things click, they don't. Your inner beliefs and your self-perception of yourself is being reflected out, and it is nothing but a mirror. Nothing is happening to you. Life is not happening to you. It's getting generated through you. It's like looking in a mirror. If I look in the mirror and I want to be smiling, I can't yell and scream at the mirror, smile. No, I have to smile and feel that smile in here. And then that reflection is going to reflect back. So don't be screaming out here. You see so many people hustling and trying to change things externally. You have to change those internally first. And if you don't believe me, give it a whirl and let me know how it goes. Because I'm telling you, once you can calm down, try a meditation. I have some that are guided, some that are not guided. I will link them below this video and I'll put them up here. I never know what corner it's going to go in. Give it a shot. Calm your nervous system. Start catching yourself. And a lot of people, they say, but Leanne, I don't know what I need to change. I don't know. Well, take an inventory. Take a look at what's showing up. If you're encountering business plans that are failing, maybe you don't believe that you are capable of having a successful business. Maybe you're in this fight or flight mode and you're missing these opportunities. Maybe you need to slow down, calm your nervous system, regulate yourself. Because when we're calm and regulated is when we are open to seeing more opportunities. So with that, my beautiful friends, I hope this message resonated with you. Take the inventory and leave me a comment below and let me know that you are rising to the next level and you are going to change this external reality, this external mirror from within. Oh, and another thing is a lot of people will say, Leanne, nothing's happening, nothing's changing. This mirror has a little bit of a delay because it's going off of your baseline emotions. I've said this in previous videos too. Think of your body as like this Wi-Fi tower, and you're just emitting this energy, your thoughts and your emotions and your feelings all day long. And the universe is just reflecting it back. But it's going to be reflecting back your most prominent, I don't know if that's a word, prominent or dominant energy. Okay? So there's going to be a delay. So if you don't see this immediate change, just say to yourself, okay, this is still reflecting some old versions, some old patterns of me. But I'm glad that it's showing me this. Be positive about it because you know what? I'm glad it's showing me this because that's what I don't want. Look at it as the contrast. I'm glad the universe is showing me this because that was the old me and I'm so glad that's not me anymore. Now I know what I do want. Stay positive. Stay happy. What is the word that I started using? I've been saying to my boyfriend, harmony. Sweet harmony. Even when things are just like sucky in the traffic and, you know, my daughter is annoying me and the dogs, that's just sweet harmony. I just try to find sweet harmony in everything and anything that you do. Because remember, it's all reflecting back to you and it's not that serious. Have fun. Love life. Love it all to the fullest. So, all right. With that, I'll let you go. It's been long, but I cannot wait to see you in the next video. Much peace and love.